I actually I actually just recently saw the list for the first time, and I do realize the list is like from like 2005, but and it's 2013 now. But I did see the list recently, and I mean, it's not a short list, but I did expect the list to be longer. But it actually is, in my opinion. Granted, like a lot of the artists, most of the artists basically have been debuted in the 1990s, the 1980s, and the 1990s. So it's like okay, but they banned De La Soul, which is crazy. That's my favorite group of all time in hip hop. They, Tribe Called Quest. I mean, the Native Tongues are deep on the Native Tongues are representing on this list. You know what I'm saying? It's like wow, but when I saw this list, this is what I think. This is what I think of. I think of it's not just these. I'm sure this list is a lot bigger today, in 2013, and I also think about it like it isn't just these artists. I feel like it's artists that sound like them. It's other artists that sound like these artists, or you know what I'm saying, make music, make rap tracks like these artists do, similar to these artists. You know what I mean? Like if I were to pick artists that did surprise me on the list, I would say, well, MC Light, A Tribe Called Quest, just to name a few. I mean, the whole list is ridiculous, but, Bone Thugs and Harmony, I'm like, wow, Method Man, wow, really? Um, you know, uh, De La Soul, MF Doom, another one of my favorites, Camp Low. Camp Low is a vicious hip hop duo. KRS One, my favorite rapper of all time. Are you serious? Ice Cube. If you get a band Ice Cube, why not Dr. Dre? You know what I'm saying? So I mean the list is I think people need to really understand something. You know what I'm saying? Black America really needs to understand something. Racism is alive and well. Okay, racism is alive and well, and it's not going anywhere. Okay, it's just a little more complicated now. I'm not a fan of I'm no longer a fan of BET because I feel like BET sold us out. When the brand Black Entertainment Television was sold to Viacom. Viacom also owns MTV. That's why BET now looks like a fake me out MTV. That's why BET sucks now. Um, Excuse me, and I'm not a fan. I got over MTV a long time ago, but then I was watching BET years ago, and I was just like, when I still watch TV, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is horrible. And even now, when I turn on the television and I see BET, I'm just like, you're whack. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely whack. And I mean, I don't know. This is just my opinion. You know what I mean? I think black people really have to understand how jacked up of a situation that we have. I mean, things have gotten better, definitely, as far as racial relations are concerned. And the way that black people are accepted in our society. Of course, things have gotten better, absolutely. But we still got a crappy situation. You know what I mean? And people really need to understand that. I think black people and we are the number ones. We are the main people for not realizing how serious it is. How serious of a problem it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand now, like when I was a kid, how like older heads would be like, you're killing your own people, and we got to stick together, and talking about black unity and knowledge is power and all that, and I didn't ignore them, I heard it. But now thinking about it, it's like, yeah, that's why I'm turned off to a lot of aspects of black music. You know what I'm saying? Music from black artists, especially black rappers. I'm turned off to a lot of their music because I'm at the point now where I'm thinking about like, yo, you realize what you're doing? Are you part of the solution, or are you part of the problem? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, I think hip hop. I think you got a lot of rap music out now. It's like, and you got to refer to it as black music because for the most part, rappers are black. I mean, besides maybe, and I've been thinking about this. Besides maybe death metal, you know what I'm saying? Death, heavy metal, rock music. I can't really think of another genre of music that is so that really talks about, like, glorifies like violence and killing and drug use. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, okay, there are, granted, there are a lot of, there are a lot of poor white people out there, white people that have problems out there. But I think as Black Americans, we have to remember that, we have a lot of problems in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our poor neighborhoods. We have a lot of problems. You know what I'm saying? So when I listen to certain rappers, talk that stuff, it kind of gets on my nerves. Beside the fact that, like Rick Ross, or who does it today? Rick Ross is the main one. But the thing about it is, okay, it's melodic and, it's catchy. So, even 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I might like your hustle, but the thing about it is, it's like you're preaching destruction, you're preaching violence, you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's not helping us, as Black people, it's really not helping us. You know what I'm saying? It's really not helping us. We're not progressing. We're not moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Bumping your tracks, bumping these destructive ass tracks. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's not really helping. You know what I mean? So it's, I feel like this list, this memo. Okay, a good amount of the rappers on there are quote unquote conscious rappers. You know what I mean? But I feel like I'm positive it's so much more. It's so many more artists than these right here. That was just a rough draft. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but I think Black people really need to understand that it is serious, and there are still a lot of racist people out there, not just white people, but just racist people in general. And I've dealt with a lot of racist situations myself, and I mean, I brush it off, but it's sad. It's really saddening because I'm not a racist person. I've never been a racist person. The way that you were born, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I like you, I like you, or love you. You know what I'm saying? Let's rock. Let's enjoy this life that we live. You know what I'm saying? So it's really saddening when, I have to deal with racist individuals. White folks, unfortunately, white people, unfortunately, are associated first and foremost with racism because of our history. You know what I'm saying? Our country's history. So white people, you get it first, and I think most of you are not, you're not completely naive, so you understand why you get it first. But at the same time, there are still a lot of white people out here that are racist. But, everybody's racist. Black people, Latinos, Asians, I mean, everybody's racist in one way, shape, or form. Not the entire race, of course, but just, you got some folks that are racist. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, just so many different thoughts, so many things run through my mind when I look at this list, when I think about this, and I think about, how, as Black people, like, we really got to pay attention. We really got to stay on top of things because, either things are going to get better or things are going to get worse for us. You know what I mean? And, big ups to everybody, that stands up against racism. You got a lot of Black people. You got a lot of Black people that don't even realize that, white people were very instrumental. Once upon a time, white people were very instrumental in, helping us, get out of slavery. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we had help. We had help, and we had a lot of white people that stood up and, they just looked at the situation and they were like, this isn't right. This is messed up. I don't think it's cool to treat people this way. So they helped the Black people, when slavery was still going on. You know what I'm saying? But some people compare slavery to capitalism. I mean, hey, we all have our opinions, but I mean, let's just stick to the music for this list. Musically, And, it's the same complaints that a lot of us have. A lot of people don't like listening to the radio because the radio plays the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with, the group of the persons that owned BET before it was sold to Viacom. It's like, I look at it like they sold us out. This memo, one of the things that also got me, this list of artists that they're not playing their new material. The reasoning for it was because their music is not relevant to today's BET audience. Really? Whose opinion is that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think there's a particular agenda in place, and that's why these artists and artists that sound just like them and make music like them, should not look forward to any airplay, anything from BET. You know what I'm saying? It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. So I can sit up here and say fuck BET. I absolutely can. I can definitely sit up and say fuck BET. Because you sold us out. And now it's some bullshit. Like that episode, like that cartoon, The Boondocks. That's why shows like that couldn't float. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. I guess society's okay with shows like The Simpsons and Family Guy, and American Dad or whatever. America's okay with shows like that. You know what I'm saying? But The Boondocks is hitting too close to home. The Boondocks that's art imitating life way too freaking much. Like they had that, like the Boondocks, they had that one episode where they was talking about, they had BET. It was hilarious. It was hilarious in general, but I mean, it was also hilarious to me because it was true. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got white people own BET. White people own black entertainment television. That means white people dictate, the direction of black entertainment. You just have to think about that. All right, white people, I mess with y'all, but you really have to think about that. You really have to think about that. Both of my parents are black, okay? I'm black. I do not have white people problems. I do not have Latino people problems. I don't have Asian people problems. I got black people problems, okay? Just think about that, though. White people dictate and determine the creative direction of black entertainment and the content of black entertainment television. Just think about that, okay? Really think about that, okay? Because white people don't have black people problems, okay? So how can you determine the direction of this television network when you are not black? I'm just saying, it's just one of those logical thoughts. You know what I mean? And that's why it kind of gets to me, you got so many black people that just don't get it. It doesn't sink in. They don't get it. That's why I get turned off by a lot of rap music that's out there, especially when I feel like it's destructive to our cause. This is not helping us. This doesn't make us look any better. How is this expressive? You're rhyming about shooting somebody in the head. You're rhyming about prostituting women. Excuse me. You're rhyming about crime. This whole, when gangster rap started, when NWA came out, they was talking about what they saw in their neighborhoods. Tupac was doing the same thing kind of, but I think he lost it. He went overboard. He screwed up. He screwed up. And I like Tupac, but he screwed up. He definitely screwed up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you got rappers get up, they want to talk about, oh, I'm not really doing this. I'm just an entertainer and this and that. It's like, why is this as a black artist, as a black rapper? Here's why it's not entertaining. Because a lot of the crap that you're talking about is a serious problem that exists in the black community, that exists in black America. Okay? It ain't all good. So that's what I think about when I listen to a lot of rappers talking that bullshit. You're not helping us. Do you understand that? You're not helping black America. You're not helping. You're making your money. Good. But you're not helping. Okay? You're not helping. Why do I want to listen to music about people getting shot? Or, women being taken advantage of and abused? Or, drug dealing or whatever, robbing people, whatever. Why do I want to listen to crap like that? And this is another thing that gets me with a lot of black rappers. When I listen to all that crap, I think about it like this. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? I don't think you're talking to white people. I don't think you're talking to Latinos. I don't think you're talking to Asians or anyone from the Mideast or anyone else from Europe. I think first and foremost, you're talking to your own people. You're talking to black people because most likely, if you're black, you have black neighbors. Most likely. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a black neighborhood, you're talking to the people that are closest to you. You're talking about the people around you in your immediate vicinity that surround you. You're talking to your own people. You're talking about shooting your own people. You're talking about abusing your own people. You're talking about killing your own people. That's why I listen to some of these rappers and I'm just like, yo, you sound really fucking stupid. You sound really fucking stupid. And it really, I don't care if you got a great beat. And I need to understand, I just, that's one of my, honestly, even though Jay-Z is good at what he does, that's one of my problems I've had with him from day one. All you talk about is hustling and keys and this and that and what you used to do and this and that. Yo, to me, you're not that creative. You're a good rapper, but you're not that creative. And a lot of black people just don't get it. It's like, yo, they don't understand. This isn't good for us. This is not good for us. This is not good. You know what I mean? And you got a station called Black Entertainment Television. Oh my goodness, man. It's just, to me, there's nothing really black or entertaining about it. It's all about titles. It's all about labels. You know what I mean? It's all about labels, and it's horrible. It's really whack. It's really whack. It's really upsetting. And we as black people need to realize that. And I would love to be able to create another outlet. There's outlets, but I would like to be able to create another one. Am I hating on BET? I'm not loving on BET. I'll tell you that. So maybe you can say I'm hating on BET. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. Black Entertainment Television, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. You're not Black Entertainment Television anymore, okay? That's just what you call yourself. That's just what that's the name of the brand. But you're, it's like that dude, old dude from New Jack City. You're killing your own people. You're killing your own people. You know what I'm saying? So black people, you really need to think about that. How white people determine the creative direction of black entertainment television. That doesn't make really good sense to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on. And y'all watch 106 in Park and y'all watch all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And y'all eat it up and y'all love it, but it's just, yo. You really gotta peep what's going on. You really gotta peep what's going on for real. But let me know what you think. Let me know what opinions you have, and I would really love to do something about this. If BET got a problem with it or any of their representatives, that's fine. I know you're in this to make money. Okay, so you're in this to make money. All right, you're in this to make money. And you make a large amount of money doing what you do the way that you do it. Okay, so you're not changing anything anytime soon. All right, I'm not a supporter of what black entertainment television does. I'm not a supporter of what black entertainment television represents. I think it's bullshit. All right, I think it's bullshit. Okay, and it's not helping the black community. It's not helping black America. It really isn't. Okay, you don't entertain me. But you do educate me. I will say that. You do educate me. Thanks to you, I do stay hip. I do stay hip to your crap. But I would love to receive feedback about this. The list. I'll post the link. I'll post the link in the description box so you can see the list for yourself. All right. Okay, and if you're younger, you know what I'm saying, a lot of these artists maybe you might not even have heard of, just to be real, but I'm saying, you gotta understand, it's not just these artists. It's beside the point that this list is 8 years old. It's not just these artists. It's artists that sound like all of the artists that you love, independent artists, underground artists that you don't hear on the radio. That you love their music, but that you never see their videos on any, video show or whatever, on cable. You know what I mean? You really got to think beyond the names that you see on this list. Okay? Think way beyond it. Because it's whack. You know what I'm saying? It's really whack. And as black people, I don't think we have that. We have limited outlets, in comparison to white people, in America. Black entertainment television, I think, used to be something real. It used to actually be black entertainment, and now it's not. It's some bullshit, some black bullshit. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. This is a subject for me that's not going to get old. It never gets old. I'm considering. I'm working on an album right now. You know what I mean? The name of the album is going to be called Fuck BET, featuring me. I'm going to write a whole fucking album. I'm going to write a whole album. I might even write a book. I don't know. Because I like writing. But anyway, let me know what you think about this. This is Real Talk, and it sucks. Peace, though.